Part 2 of storage and organising. Let's talk a bit about drawers. So avoid really deep drawers if you can. If you're going to buy new drawers, avoid the really deep ones because you never get to the bottom, yeah? And so the little tip I gave the other day was about flipping your t-shirts, flipping your jumpers, your sweatshirts, so that you actually get to the bottom of the pile. So just every now and again, literally turn them on their head, so you start to actually access the ones that would normally be at the bottom, and you'll start to wear different clothes, you'll start to wear more of your clothes more. So the way I do it is actually I stagger them a bit like steps a little bit, so that I can actually then, when I open my drawer, because I've got some deep drawers from years ago, I can actually then see each colour of each garment, and I know, oh yeah, that's my green t-shirt, that's what I'm going to wear today, and I can see it. I don't have to try and flip through everything and make a complete mess of it. So ideally shallow drawers are the best for things like t-shirts, your knitwear, sweatshirts, tanks, all things like that. So with t-shirts, I have a lot of clients that fold like that, but to me, if you've got a little minimal space, that might be how you have to, but at the end of the day, that puts lots of creases in it. So you've got to think about minimal creasing in your wardrobe when you're storing all your clothes, yeah? And this is the easiest way, because you're only putting one crease across it if you put it like that, and then lay it down. And then I just stack them on top of each other with a bit of a step, so I can see part of each t-shirt or each jumper, yeah? So I can just run my finger down and know which one I'm going for. With jeans, jeans are really easy. You can either, depending on the amount of depth you have, the amount of space, you can either fold them like that or just twice. Totally depends on the space that you have, but you don't need to hang these. I mean, you can roll these as well. So rolling is another really great way to save space. Jeans really don't need to be treated that well, so you can roll them as well and then stack them even at the top if you wanted to, or you can literally just pile them up once you've actually folded them either 2 or 3 times, depending on the space that you've got. So rolling is another really good way to save space for all your garments, like your activewear and your jeans, etc., that don't really, and some knitwear as well, that doesn't really need to be folded. It can just be rolled because it's got stretch in it, it's not going to crease, so you don't need to really worry about it. So talking of activewear, I keep all my activewear in little drawers here, and everything I need to be active, to go and do my sport, is there. So my sneakers are there, my socks, my hat, everything. So I only have to go to one place to access everything I need, rather than having to go to my underwear drawer to get socks or to get my sports bra or whatever it is. Everything is in those drawers. It makes it super easy. So I don't get time to talk myself out of not doing exercise, basically. So underwear drawers, these have been such a lifesaver from IKEA. They're amazing. They're just little dividers. Put my socks in one, undies in another, different type of undies in another, bras, and they fit any drawer, because the height of the drawer doesn't matter, because you can simply fold them down. You can use them for all sorts. These are I think they're about $5 for a 5, something like that. It's really, really, really cheap. So these are from IKEA, and one of the best things I've ever bought. And obviously you can take them with you if you move about, or you can obviously stack them if you need to visibly, because they're actually quite nice and tidy, if you want to use it like that for other accessories or scarves or whatever it might be. But they are fantastic. The other thing is, don't leave dry cleaning bags on your garments. I've talked about this before. They're terrible for your clothes. That plastic that covers the fabrics, it's really bad. It keeps the chemicals working from the dry cleaning process, and it just wears your fabrics down. So if you have to cover things, I've got a beautiful, my 40th dress under here, but it's in a breathable bag, so that can hang up knowing that I'm not actually suffocating it in plastic. Because, you know, think about airing things out. Nobody wants to be suffocated in plastic, and nor does your clothes. So basically that's kind of a bit of a roundup of everything to kind of cover off in a very brief way about how to organise and store your clothes so you get the maximum use and maximum joy out of them. Hats I've just stuck at the top. If you're a hat lover, make sure you've got the space for them. And bags ideally should be hung, because if they're hung with the strap, so that they keep their shape ideally, or just put some newspaper or something in them to keep their shape, because they're the things that actually sink down a lot with the leather or fabric or whatever, and actually start to age and crack and things, and that's not what we want. So ideally they would be hung and kept in as best shape as they can, similar to your shoes, yeah? Shoes will last so much longer. Boots, just put a magazine, rolled up magazine in it as well. So just think about these things lasting you season after season after season, and how putting just a little bit of love and effort into them as your normal habits will make them look so much better for years to come.